Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Politics is a game of numbers, real or perceived. Raila Odinga is clearly consolidating the numbers and he has completely changed his strategy. This week from Thursday, is it Wednesday? Raila Odinga will land in Nyanza region where he's supposed to camp for I think close to 5 good days, trying to consolidate his support base. And again, if you've been studying Raila Odinga for close to 1 week now, Raila Odinga has camped in the northern Kenya. The question which I'm asking myself, why would Raila Odinga camp in northern Kenya for that long? The answer to that is simple. Game of numbers. I took my calculator and calculated the registered voters in the 5 counties of northern Kenya, and they total to 864,000. Those numbers are huge, and there is high percentage of northern Kenya residents in Nairobi, in Mombasa, and across the country. Garissa County has 207,000 registered voters. Wajir has 196,000 voters. Mandera has 211,000 voters. Marsabit has 164,000 registered voters. Isiolo County has 86. Raila Odinga covered these 5 counties. And the truth of the matter is that the turnout during his rallies were massive. The other truth is that there were fights during this particular trip. Not because people didn't want Raila Odinga, but because everybody was scrambling to have a share of Raila Odinga. In the northern Kenya, there are 2 camps. There are 2 major political parties which are both supporting Raila Odinga. If you've been following the politics of northern Kenya, President Uhuru Kenyatta has clearly kicked out William Ruto out of the equation. So the question is, why would President Uhuru Kenyatta kick William Ruto out of the northern Kenya politics? It's because of game of numbers. And I want us to look at this. Now, let me take you back a bit to the figures of 2013. Because in 2007, Raila Odinga swept Wajir, Garissa, Mandera, Marsabit. Isiolo, he got almost 50-50. But in 2013, things changed. In Wajir, in 2013, Uhuru Kenyatta got 39%, Raila 50%. In Garissa, Uhuru Kenyatta got 45%, Raila Odinga got 50%. In Mandera, in 2013, Uhuru Kenyatta got 92.9%, Raila Odinga got 4.3%. In Marsabit, Raila Odinga got 47.1%. Uhuru Kenyatta got 47.1%, Raila Odinga got 49%. In Isiolo, Raila Odinga got only 30%, Uhuru got 56, close to 56%. Based on those 2013 figures, now let us compare them to 2017 so that we can understand how those figures are going to change in 2022. In 2017, Uhuru in Wajir, Uhuru Kenyatta had 51%, Raila 44%. In Garissa, because remember in Wajir, Uhuru Kenyatta had 38 in 2013. So in 2017, his figures increased. In Garissa, they tied at 48-48. Previously, Raila was 50, Uhuru was 45. In Mandera, where Uhuru had 93%, Uhuru Kenyatta then in 2017 had 83%. Raila increased his figures from 4.3 to 13. Mandera County is predominantly ODM. So the figures which were announced were not the real figures, that's the honest truth. In Marsabit, Uhuru Kenyatta had 48%. Uhuru Kenyatta had 83%. Remember, Marsabit in 2013, Raila had 49. In 2017, Raila had only 14%. So it means some games were played. In Isiolo, Raila had 35, Uhuru had 49. Those according to figures, the results of IBC. But the truth of the matter is that President Uhuru Kenyatta is playing a key role in consolidating the support of the Northern Kenya for Raila Odinga. For a very long time, most Kenyans did not see the need of investing in serious campaigns in Northern Kenya. Raila Odinga, for the first time, campaigned in a police station in Northern Kenya. So the question is, what was Raila Odinga's main objective in campaign in the Northern Kenya? What was his objective? Northern Kenya has Duale, who's controlled the politics of that region since the handshake. But Aden Duale is now in a very tricky situation. That's the honest truth. I remember sometimes when they held a rally there, someone from nowhere pulled him from on top of a vehicle. I don't know how that ended. But let us look at Raila Odinga's objective of campaign in Northern Kenya. Before we do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue. Thank you guys for your continued support. Now let us get back to the main issue. There's a video I did on this platform and I indicated that Uhuru Kenyatta is a very shrewd politician. That Uhuru Kenyatta understands, and I give the case of the mountain, where the votes of the mountain are. He's targeting the youths. Uhuru Kenyatta is targeting the elders. And Uhuru Kenyatta is also targeting specific counties within the mountain. And that's why William Ruto should be worried. In Northern Kenya, Uhuru Kenyatta has sat down and he has calculated and figured out that the 864,000 registered voters in the Northern Kenya is good enough for Raila Odinga. It can prevent runoff. It can make someone cross the 50% plus one vote. So he has managed, because if you've been following the politics of that region, President Uhuru Kenyatta organized a huge event, and majority of people who are now delivering the mountain to Raila Odinga are actually associates of President Uhuru Kenyatta. Remember, Northern Kenya has always been ODM and KANU before the algorithm. So what was Raila Odinga's objective? Number one, I think Raila Odinga is trying to consolidate his traditional support base. Northern Kenya has been one of Raila Odinga's support base. He lost it in 2013 and 2017. Not because those people did not vote for Raila. The truth is, this region voted for Raila Odinga. But Raila Odinga didn't have agents. You know, it's very expensive to manage agents. Raila Odinga didn't have agents. And because he didn't have agents, there was no way he was going to protect his votes. So at the end of the day, results were announced. The deep state managed to plant their own agents in the name of ODM, and they signed off. That is the only thing which is not going to happen in this election. In this election, President Uhuru Kenyatta is going to ensure that Raila Odinga is going to have agents across the entire Northern Kenya. And that's going to be the game changer for Raila Odinga. Because this has been his traditional support base, which he lost. And from the way these people are turning out in his rallies, I can assure you that if Uhuru got 83% and Raila got 19%, Raila Odinga is going to get close to 85% in Northern Kenya. The truth of the matter is that in Northern Kenya, politics is normally clan-based and decided by the elders. It was expected that William Ruto with his money was going to influence the elders and the clans. But the truth is, he has not. Uhuru Kenyatta has managed to help Raila Odinga hold on to the two. So Raila is now going to consolidate his traditional support base of Northern Kenya. So if Northern Kenya is going to shift from Jubilee in 2013 and 2017 to Raila Odinga, what else will he need? So that's number one. Number two, I think that the idea behind camping in that region is to try and cover for the lost ground. So for example, if Raila Odinga is losing in Coast and is losing in Western Kenya, then he must gain somewhere. So the two regions where Raila Odinga is gaining is Northern Kenya and the mountain. And that's the strategy. For example, if Raila Odinga is going to lose, let's say, 500,000 votes or 300,000 votes in cost, then he can gain them from Northern Kenya. And that's the strategy here. Then you add those gains to cover, then in Western Kenya, if Raila Odinga is going to lose votes, then he's going to gain them again in Central Kenya. And because Raila Odinga, the deep state understands that Raila Odinga has always won, if the tallies will be made clearly, then he will end up winning. That is their strategy. I'm not saying he's going to win, but that is the strategy. Number 3 is the MPs, governors and senators. Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga are keen on having majority members of parliament, majority senators, majority governors, majority MCs, so that they can implement their agenda. One of them is BBI. There are certain legislative agenda they have in parliament, like how to entrench the position of chief cabinet secretary, chief prime minister or chief prime secretary, something like that. So the truth is, because the politics down there are clan based, and we've seen the scramble for Raila, it means either way, the members of parliament, majority senators, majority governors are going to come from Azimio affiliated parties. And those numbers are going to add up for Raila and for Uhuru Kenyatta. And that is the strategy. And lastly, I think Raila Odinga is also concentrating there in case of top-ups. When I talk of top-ups, I'm talking of the deep state. You know, the figures will be announced. You remember 2007, when the figures were being announced and Raila Odinga took a commanding lead and his supporters were celebrating. Then the deep state were seated somewhere monitoring, yeah? They were monitoring, okay? Then they started holding the results from the mountain not to come and started cooking some of the results. At the end of the day, we had Tarakaniti being announced 80,000 registered voters, when in real sense, only, were they even 40%, 40,000 people were registered to vote. So it will be important for top-ups. I'm just saying. Because we are in politics. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day. Bye-bye.